guys, what's up? I'm Rihanna. Today I'm here to do the Cliches Book Tag. This tag was created by Miranda Reeds. This is kind of, I believe, an older tag, but I thought I'd go ahead and do it for you guys because first off, tags are a lot of fun to do and film. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with this tag. Alright, so the first one I have on my list is Actions Speak Louder Than Words. Book that wasn't or couldn't be better than the movie. So this one took me a while to figure out which one I thought was, you know, a movie that was better than the book. And for this one I picked Me, Earl, and the Dying Girl by Jesse Andrews. I enjoyed this book a lot, but I honestly thought the movie was more moving than the book. And it wasn't like it was like awful. Like I said, there were some things I didn't really care for much in the book, and then in the movie it didn't shine light on that much what I didn't care for. And I did like this book. I give it like a 3 out of 5 stars. This is about a guy named Greg and his best friend Earl, and they just kind of like to make goofy movies and stuff like that, and kind of about, you know, their friendship. And then Greg's mother actually makes him hang out with a girl who has cancer named Rachel. It's just kind of about, you know, him just dealing with this situation. He's never dealt with it, and just he's just awkward about it. Like I said, I did enjoy this book, but I definitely thought the movie was more gravitating than the novel. Alright, so the next one on my list is Grass is Always Greener on the Other Side. Rag to Riches story or a Riches to Rag story. I think for this one I'm gonna do Rags to Riches. It kind of just, you know, because either one you pick, they're gonna be from like a completely different world, like no matter where you go. And so for this one I'm thinking of like The Selection. It's a girl named America, and there's this thing that's kind of like a futuristic bachelor, but in this case it's for a prince, and she's actually one who gets selected, and she's kind of one of the lower grades. It's kind of like there's like different little like levels, I guess, and I can't remember if there was like 6 or 7. I could be completely wrong about that. And it's just kind of like all of a sudden she's just getting glamorified. I mean, dresses, everything. It's just completely different. And this is honestly one of my favorite series out there. It's just very fun, and it can be very frustrating though, I will say. It frustrated me so much at times, but I really did enjoy it. And the covers are honestly so beautiful. Like, I just can never get over how beautiful these covers are. The next one I have is The Apple Doesn't Fall Far from the Tree. A parent-child relationship you loved. And honestly, this is going to be kind of hard because there's a lot of relationships I honestly admire. So for this one, I'm gonna pick Divergent, Tris Pryor and her mother. It's a very, I don't know, there's something about the relationship between them that I just admire, between mother and daughter. And, you know, it just kind of makes me think of my relationship with my mom, and I just admire how close they are though. The one I really liked is from The Mortal Instruments. Clary and her mother. Her mother is just so caring and loving, and she just would do anything for Clary, and I just admire that, you know. And their relationship really grows throughout the series too. I love it so much. Also because it's one of my favorite books ever, you know. Alright, so the next one I have is You Can't Judge a Book by Its Cover. Great book that needs a new cover. Okay, there was one that made me so mad. This one I picked, An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. This cover is absolutely gorgeous, and then they just changed it, okay? They just changed the covers, and okay, first off, my one complaint is now my books are not going to match, so I'm going to probably go ahead and buy like the new copies. But you went from this absolutely gorgeous cover to just, I mean, it's okay, but it's definitely not my favorite in the world. Like, I love this a lot more. This was more appealing to me, and they just changed it. But this follows a girl named Leia, and she's a slave, and this also follows a guy named Elias, and he's a soldier, and you know, neither of them are free, and it's kind of like a Roman Empire kind of deal. And it's very good. I loved this book. It really kind of just keeps you on your feet, and I loved it. And it's just kind of about their adventure, meeting each other. Leia is trying to save her brother because he's been taken for treason, and it's so good. The next one's You Can't Please Everyone. A book you hate or love, or that everyone hates or love. Alright, okay, so for this one, I picked The Lightning Thief by Rick Riordan. Okay, so this book is a dislike. It's not a hate. I do not hate this book. I read it, I tried reading it a few years ago, and it did not click at all. And the reason why I still have it is I actually, you know, your reading taste can change. And so I've held on to this book because I really have heard nothing but amazing things about this series, about this author. I just haven't brought myself to get rid of this book because I do want to give it another chance, because I believe my reading tastes have changed, and I think I'd be kind of more open-minded to it, and I really want to see this one through. But this one is like a favorite for a lot of people. They absolutely love it, and I just did not enjoy it. You know, I want to give it a try though, definitely. I don't know when I'd be getting to this, but hopefully I can get it to this year so I can give it a try. And I just want to, you know, just dive in and see how I feel about it now. This all has a boy named Percy Jackson. He is a demigod, which means he is half human, half god. And it's actually Percy Jackson's father is Poseidon, I believe. If I got that wrong, just... yeah. Well, one day Zeus's lightning bolt is just gone. It just disappears. And so he is the prime suspect of it. And now he only has 10 days to find it. So, I mean, it is very interesting, you know, now that I just reread the synopsis. So I really hope I can actually get to this book this year so I can give it another try, and maybe my views will change. Okay, so the next one we're on number 6. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. A book that you made you better because you read. For this one, I picked 13 Reasons Why by Jay Asher. This book really had an impact on my life. When I read it, it made me think a lot, you know, how your actions just can set a chain reaction sometimes, and, you know, it has an effect on people. I'm one to deal with mental illness. It's kind of a day-to-day struggle, but when I was kind of going through some darker times, I read it kind of at the right time, actually, and it made me think a lot. Anyways, this book has such a special place in my heart. It's going to be always one of my favorite books ever. I don't know what this is about. This follows a guy named Clay Jensen, and he receives tapes from a girl who had just committed suicide named Hannah Baker, and it's just basically the reasons why she killed herself in the first place. I will say, if you're not mentally in the right place, then I suggest reading this book. Just so there are no triggers or anything, but it's an amazing book. It definitely has that impact on my life forever. Alright, so the 7th question is Love is Blind. A book with a disabled character or actual blind love. For this one, I picked Will Trainer from Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. He is a quad. He becomes paralyzed from actually a motorcycle accident, and the character is actually Louisa Clark, and she gets the job of being a caretaker for Will, and it's just kind of their, you know, adventure together. And it's such a great book. It's heartbreaking, but it's definitely one of my favorite books out there. The next one is Ignorance is Bliss. A book you know is bad but don't want to admit it, or a book you don't want to read in case it's bad. So for this one, I picked The Air by Kiara Cass. I've just been hesitant to read this book I think it's gonna be good, but I'm just worried that I have like these high expectations that I'm not gonna enjoy it as much. I'm going to read it hopefully this year to finish off the series, because I really did enjoy it, the first 3 in the series, and I really hope I enjoy it as much as I enjoyed the first 3 books, but I don't know if that's actually going to happen or not, but we'll see this year. And I cannot give the synopsis away for this one because of spoilers, but I did, like a few minutes ago, tell you what the selection is about. And so yeah, No Time Like the Present. Your favorite contemporary book. Okay, and for this one I picked Paper Towns by John Green. This is one of my favorite contemporary novels ever. It's something I can relate to. I love John Green immensely. Like, he's one of my top 3 he's part of my top 3 favorite authors out there ever. This book follows a boy named Quentin, but he is called Q. It's a senior year of high school, and one night Margot, who lives next door, opens up his window and takes him kind of on an adventure because she has a list of things that she wants to do. And they were actually friends when they were kids, but then that kind of changed as they grew up. And then the next day, after they do all this crazy stuff, Margot actually disappears. And so it's just kind of him going on an adventure, and it's just so fun. And I absolutely loved the characters in it. I loved the writing. It was just fantastic. Last one is number 10, Better Safe Than Sorry. A book you don't want to read in case it's bad, or vice versa. Okay, so for this one I picked After You by Jojo Moyes. This is the sequel to Me Before You. I am going to be reading this book. I don't know when exactly. A part of me is just hesitant because the first book just killed me, and I don't know if I'm ready for the heartbreak still, because that's gonna just all put me all in the feels again, and I don't know if I'm ready for that, and I don't know if I'm gonna enjoy it as much because things are gonna be different in this book. But I know I'm gonna read it though, obviously, as to why I have it, but we'll see. Alright guys, so that's it for this video. I hope you liked it. If so, give it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to my channel. If you want to see what I'm doing elsewhere in my life, I will put my social media accounts down below. That way you can kind of follow me and get to know me better. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time with another video. Bye!